Hey, I hope your day's going great. Going to continue doing our trellising, and you can see behind me, really cool. We've had a lot of neighbors stop by and give us a lot of positive feedback, which is really good. Seems as though it's going to go pretty well. The only problem now is going to be if and when those deer decide to jump this fence. So hopefully that sprinkler will deter them. We're gonna see. But as for now, we're gonna get rocking and rolling making these trellises. I'm on my way into school this morning, and this is like one of those times that I have, it's kind of like people say that they come up with ideas while they're in the shower or, you know, doing certain things. I always get ideas and I always do a lot of thinking while I'm on the beautiful drive into school, because it is all rural and I'm just kind of looking at woods and farms and a few houses from here and there. It's a really cool drive on the way into school, and I can kind of zone out, just focus on the road and like get my inner thoughts, you know, really think about what's going on. So it's almost like a meditation. All right, well, I let all of the blood meal that I just put down, I'm watering it in just to make sure it's incorporated inside the soil. I'm gonna start preparing our cedar. We use an Earthway cedar. It's about $100 bucks on Amazon or anywhere else, any kind of seed store. I haven't found it in any local stores around us, so that I can compare to like when I used to run and when I would get in the zone during a long run, and nothing else mattered but my foot, my stride, and my breathing, and that's all. My mind would almost clear. So it's kind of like that on the drive into work. So this kind of sprinkler has these little screws in here that tighten down to whatever you're putting it on. And I also like the way it has the downspout right here, so you don't have to pinch. The hose doesn't pinch. Looks like it's covering everything. It's pretty good. I like this. I need to bring it a little bit further over this way. Let's see. And I've been thinking a lot lately about how we're expanding our small suburban farm. And I'm to the point right now where it you know, in all transparency and honesty, when I was questioned about what we were doing, I kind of questioned myself and thought, am I doing, are we doing the right thing? Is it all right if we make some neighbors upset? I'm over that now, and I'm to the point where I don't care anymore about that, because I think what we're actually doing is going to be not only more beautiful than a landscaped lawn with bushes and shrubs and flowers and things like that. I think that it's going to be actually more beautiful than that. and it's going to be functional, because we're actually going to be able to harvest vegetables from it, and it's going to be very useful. And not only just vegetables for us, but vegetables for the local community, grown out of our soil that we have made over years and years and years. Now this is going to be new. This soil that we're creating right now, we're creating it from scratch, but over the next few years it's going to be amazing soil. And I'm hoping that people come by and check us out and help us eat some of this food. I'm saying this because we've gotten a lot of eye rolls and a lot of head shakes. So we got new little friend. I'm gonna call him Ollie the Owl. I wouldn't come here if I was a bird. Look at that. Nice stuff. I'm assuming that it's in the back of people's minds in our country. It is in a suburban community, the status quo is you need to have a nice lawn. You know, you need to have one of those companies come out and spray all those lovely chemicals on it to get it nice and green. Not only that, you need to get rid of all of your dandelions. And then after you do that, everything needs to be nice and landscaped and into flower beds or raised beds with beautiful bushes and things like that. But this is a social construct that our country has created. You go to any other country, it's not that prevalent. All right, guys, we are going to turn this compost. Compost has been neglected hardcore for the last like 3 months. So I'm gonna turn it right now, see what we got. Hopefully it's pretty awesome. I mean, we're trying to grow food, and I want my yard to be useful. So I mean, this is the time of day that I think about all that. About half the drive I think about that, and then when I get closer to school I start thinking, all right, how am I going to teach these kids today? How am I going to reach them through a virtual platform? And you know, what am I going to do today to try to interest them in the new topic that we're going to be discussing in math and reading and social studies or health, whatever we're touching on that day. So these are my thoughts on the way into to work. All right, I just turned the compost. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to screed out some of this compost in our wheelbarrow to see how awesome it is. I'm so excited about this compost. So what this does is it gets a lot of the finer particles of the compost and all the big stuff like this that needs to go back in, orange peels, big debris stays, and we put it back in. So we'll do this a little bit. This is good to do for any kind of potted plants. We can do this as a soil amendment. Big pieces left. Back on. Looking good. All right, guys, so check this out. All natural. Oh, got a little bit of green in there. Pretty much finished compost. Clumps together and breaks apart. At this time of year there's not much in here living, but in the summer you'll get all kinds of different things. I'm sure if you put this under a microscope you would see a lot of different organisms feeding off of all the good stuff in here. I mean, that's part of soil. It's part of breaking it down. All those different organisms are what break down the soil. Looking good. So, thank you for listening. Hopefully you enjoy, and please like and subscribe to the channel. I would really like it if you commented and let us know, you know, if there's any content that you'd like to hear or see, anything that you'd like us to cover more than we already are. I love making videos, so stay tuned, guys. See you later.